Hello, I'm Bob Wirtz, Commissioner of the Revenue in Loudoun County. I want to thank you for tuning in to this presentation regarding the county's tax relief program for the elderly and disabled that's administered by my office. We put this program together because we wanted to make sure that we were putting information out to taxpayers during the pandemic, and we would normally be out in the community providing presentations at local libraries. However, we felt it was important to put this together so that you would have the information we would normally share during those seminars. The program is going to give you basic information about the qualifying criteria, how you apply, and how you get assistance. Loudoun County's tax relief program for elderly and disabled property owners is administered by the Exemptions and Deferrals Division of my office. This program provides a real or personal property tax break, or both, to eligible residents who file an application and meet the program's qualifying criteria. Taxpayers that qualify for real property relief may receive an exemption of 50% or 100% of the real estate taxes on their residence and land upon which it sets, up to 3 acres. Applicants that qualify for personal property relief are taxed at a lower rate on their qualifying car or truck. I'll review the qualifying criteria for tax relief on real property owned by an individual or property owned jointly by an individual and their spouse first. There are 5 qualifying criteria for the real property tax relief program, and all 5 qualifications must be met. I'll discuss each criteria in detail. The first qualifying criteria for real estate relief is age or disability as of January 1, 2021. In order to qualify for relief, the applicant must be 65 years of age or older or totally and permanently disabled as of January 1, 2021. If married, both applicants don't need to meet these criteria. Relief is available once one person meets the age or disability criteria. The applicant's spouse doesn't have to meet the same criteria. If an applicant is less than 65 years of age, they may qualify for relief based on being totally and permanently disabled. Under Virginia law, my office doesn't make the determination regarding a qualifying disability. That's done by the Social Security Administration, the Veterans Administration, or the Railroad Retirement Board. An applicant will be required to submit with their application documentation from one of these agencies certifying a total and permanent disability and its effective date. If an applicant is ineligible for certification by one of these agencies, they can submit affidavits from 2 doctors licensed to practice medicine in Virginia or the U.S. military to the effect that the applicant is totally and permanently disabled. My office has disability affidavits available online, or we can mail them to you to take to your doctor. The affidavit from one of the doctors must be based on a physical examination. However, the second affidavit can be based on a review of your medical records. Evidence of disability will need to be submitted with the first application for tax relief. The second qualifying criteria for real property tax relief is ownership. The real property must be owned by the applicant or the applicant and their spouse on January 1, 2021 to qualify for relief for tax year 2021. If the property is acquired after January 1, you wouldn't be eligible for tax relief for 2021, but could apply next year. The real property may be titled in the name of a trust. However, the specific language contained in the trust will dictate whether the property may qualify for relief. My office will need a copy of the entire trust document to make a qualification determination. Please contact the Exemption and Deferrals Division of my office to discuss your specific situation to see whether the manner in which the property is titled would permit qualification. The third qualifying criteria for real estate tax relief is occupancy. The property for which application is made and relief is requested must be the owner's sole residence or the sole residence of the owner and their spouse. The applicants may own other real estate, such as rental property or investment real estate, but not a second residence. As an example, a Loudoun property won't qualify for relief if it's occupied 6 months of the year and the applicant spends the 6 months in Florida. The applicant or spouse can temporarily reside in a hospital or rehabilitation facility. However, the residence may not be rented. The fourth criteria for real property tax relief is net worth. Net worth is defined as your assets minus your liabilities. For Loudoun County tax relief purposes, when calculating net worth for application for tax year 2021, we look at your net worth as of December 31, 2020. Net worth does not include the value of your dwelling and the lot up to 10 acres. If the lot where your residence sits is more than 10 acres, the value of those acres over 10 is included in the net worth calculation. Also, if there is a barn, pool, or other buildings on the lot, the value of those will also be included in the net worth calculation. Net worth includes the value of your bank accounts, IRAs, investments, and any other financial assets that you have on December 31, 2020. Also included is the value of any business you own, vehicles, and other real estate. Please review the list of assets in the application. Include your liabilities such as your mortgage, car loans, home equity loans, or other debts as of December 31, 2020. The assets and liabilities should be included for the applicant and spouse. Include documents supporting the amounts on your application for all assets and liabilities. The maximum amounts allowed are on an upcoming slide. Gross income includes income from all sources, whether it is taxable or non-taxable. That is without regard to IRS or state income tax guidelines. For 2021 tax relief, provide income for the full year 2020. Gross income for tax relief purposes is not a specific line item on your tax return. It includes income for the applicant, spouse, and any other relatives living in the home, regardless of whether they contribute to the expenses of the household. Gross income includes but is not limited to wages, Social Security income, pension, and IRA distributions, whether they are lump sum or monthly, interest and dividend income, alimony, gifts, rental income, and business income. There is a deduction of up to $10,000 from the spouse and other relatives' income if that individual's income is $10,000 or more. Permanent disability income for the applicant and spouse should be provided but are excluded from the calculation. Include documents supporting the amounts on your application for all income, including your federal Form 1040, unless you don't have to file a tax return. There's a place on the application to initial if you do not have to file a federal Form 1040. The maximum amounts allowed are on an upcoming slide. This table shows the limits of net worth and gross combined income and the corresponding percentage of real property tax relief. If your net worth is less than $440,000 on December 31, 2020, and your 2020 gross combined income is less than $72,000, and the other three criteria are met, you will receive 100% relief from your Loudoun County and town real property taxes. If your net worth is more than $440,000, you may receive 50% relief from your county and town real property taxes if your net worth and gross income meet the limitations in the table. For example, if your net worth is $700,000 and your gross income is $50,000, you qualify for 50% relief. If your net worth is $700,000 and your gross income is $60,000, you do not qualify for any tax relief. The 100% or 50% tax relief is applied to your home and the lot it sits on, up to 3 acres. Detached garages and sheds, housing personal property are also eligible for tax relief. However, pools, unattached patios, gazebos, and other structures are not eligible for tax relief. The real property tax relief is completely forgiven. Tax relief has to be prorated on whole months. Therefore, when the property is sold or when the last qualifying owner passes away, tax relief is removed as of the first day of that month. Tax relief prior to that month is forgiven and does not have to be repaid by the new owners, old owners, or their heirs. You may still qualify for a percentage of tax relief based on ownership if you own your home with someone other than your spouse. There are 5 qualifying criteria that must be met, but the limitations, calculations, and the amount of tax relief are different. Please contact my office at 703-737-8557 to discuss your situation if this applies to you. Now on to personal property tax relief. There are 5 qualifying criteria for the personal property tax relief program. All 5 qualifications must be met. They are similar to the criteria for the real estate tax relief, and we review all applications to determine whether applicants qualify for real property, personal property, or both types of tax relief. The first qualifying criteria is owning the vehicle. There may still be a lien on the vehicle, however, leased vehicles do not qualify. Only 1 vehicle per qualifying applicant can receive tax relief. The second qualifying criteria is that the vehicle must be registered in Loudoun County as of January 1, 2021 in the applicant's name. The third qualifying criteria is that the owners of the vehicle must be at least 65 or totally and permanently disabled. If the vehicle is owned by the applicant and spouse, the spouse does not need to be 65 or older or totally and permanently disabled. The gross income and net worth amounts provided on the tax relief application are reviewed for personal property tax relief as well as real property tax relief. Only $7,500 of permanent disability income is excluded for personal property tax relief income calculation, and to qualify for personal property tax relief, gross combined income must be less than $52,000. The net worth calculation only excludes the value of the dwelling and lot up to 1 acre. And to qualify for personal property tax relief, net worth must be less than $195,000. Personal property tax relief is applied as an alternative tax rate to 1 vehicle per qualified applicant. The personal property tax rates are set by the Board of Supervisors annually. Historically, the personal property tax rate on automobiles and pickup trucks has been $4.20 per 100 of assessed value, and the alternative rate for qualifying vehicles has been $2.10 per 100 of assessed value. Once tax relief is applied to a vehicle for that year, it can be moved to another vehicle if the original vehicle is sold and a replacement vehicle is purchased. The Loudoun County Personal Property Tax Relief is a separate program from the Personal Property Tax Relief Act, known as PPTRA, on your tax bills. Qualifying for Loudoun County Personal Property Tax Relief does not exclude you from receiving PPTRA. Applications are available by March 1st each year. A full application with supporting documentation must be filed every 3rd year. The 2 years after a qualifying application, a 1-page certification form must be completed, signed, and returned to continue tax relief for that year. Certifications and reapplications are mailed to prior year tax relief recipients by March 1st and are due April 1st. All applications are date stamped when they are received in the office and are reviewed in the order received. We understand that not everyone has completed their federal income tax return by the April 1st tax relief deadline. It is acceptable to submit your tax relief application and all other documentation by April 1st and send a copy of your federal income tax return once it is completed. First-time applicants have additional time to complete their applications. September 1st is the deadline if you want to apply for personal property tax relief, and December 31st is the deadline to apply for real estate tax relief. The applications and documentation are held in the strictest of confidence. As a tax office, we're bound by the Virginia Secrecy Act to protect your information. Our office is locked The documents are kept in locking filing cabinets, and your bank account numbers are not entered into a computer. Assistance is available by calling my office at 703-737-8557 or emailing trcor@loudoun.gov. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we are encouraging our applicants to mail or drop off applications to keep themselves and our staff safe. Applications are available on our website or at either our Sterling or Leesburg locations. My staff can mail you an application as well. Once your application has been reviewed, you will receive one of 3 responses in the mail. You will receive a congratulations letter, a letter explaining that you do not qualify, or a letter requesting additional documentation. If you receive a congratulations letter, it will state in the letter to send a copy of it to your mortgage company to notify them of your receipt of tax relief. Virginia allows localities to determine the details of the qualifying criteria for the tax relief program. Annually, my office reviews the income and net worth limitations of other localities in Virginia. The Loudoun County Board of Supervisors is in the process of reviewing the income limitations for the real property tax relief program, and they are considering those changes that would be effective for tax year 2022. I always encourage applicants to contact their Board of Supervisors representative to thank them for continuing this beneficial program. Loudoun County also administers tax exemption programs for disabled veterans, surviving spouses of disabled veterans, and surviving spouses of armed forces members killed in action. If you or someone you know may qualify for any of these programs, please contact my office at 703-737-8557 to discuss the application process. Thank you for viewing this presentation. I hope you'll be in touch with my helpful staff if you have any questions or concerns, and we're always there to help you qualify if you meet the qualifying criteria. You can reach us at our website at www.loudoun.gov/COR, and the program is specifically located at loudoun.gov/tax relief. You can also email us at taxrelief@loudoun.gov or call us at 703-737-8557. Thank you.